Hey everyone, it's Zero here. So we're doing the iPad test, the battery test that is, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Open up a bunch of apps on each of the iPads, have some music playing, have some different things go on. So I want to have all that running while I run this battery test and see how long these batteries last. I'm timing it all as well. So here we go. Okay, so I got them all running again. We got the excuse me, A15 having iPad Mini 6th generation. Then we got the iPad Air 5th generation, the latest one with the M1 chip. The 9th generation iPad with the A13 Bionic, and the M1 iPad Pro came out last year, 2021, the 12.9-inch size one. So we have all but the Pro 11-inch iPad here doing the battery test. It's going to take a while to run this test, so I'll check back in once we have let these run for quite some time and be timing it this whole time to see which iPad lasts the longest. Check in with you guys then. Alright everyone, so we got the iPad running on YouTube non-stop, and excuse me, also we got 26 apps open in the background on all of them. So much on the power here. I don't have sound on right now while I'm recording because I don't want any copyright issues or anything like that. So, but when I'm not recording, I have the sound up on full blast also. So we'll see which one runs faster. I got my stopwatch going, and I'll let you know the times. Running them on streaming services, full brightness, full sound, and the Mini is at 6% now after it's still under 4 hours total, so it's not doing too hot. The Air is at 13%. iPad Pro is at 11%, so those are pretty comparable. The iPad is doing the best, still at 38% right now, so it's doing really well compared to the other iPads. And I'm not sure if that's because it's not able to multitask as well. I was trying to put it in split screen midway through the test to try to make the battery run faster, so I'm not up for an hour straight doing this. But it wouldn't do split screen with the streaming service I'm using, Netflix, and also FaceTime on the iPad. The other versions of the iPad were able to do that. I'm not sure why, so I instead did the slide over, and that seemed to work, so I did that on the others as well. But the limitations on that may be on RAM use, even though I have 26 apps on all of them open in the background. The iPad is probably the only one, or the main one that has to, that doesn't keep the apps open. It refreshes every time you open a new app because it has limited RAM compared to the other models. So I'm thinking that's the reason why this battery is surviving longer. So it's actually a good thing. In that way, it's rushing this test compared to the others. They're all running out faster than I kind of expected. I am running the battery pretty hard. I have all the apps open and having a stream at the loudest volume constantly. So, right out of real world use cases, actually. I know some people that do have a lot of apps open at a time, and like for myself, for example, I do listen to my iPads on full volume when I'm watching videos a lot of times. continue to test and see how these go. So far, the iPad 9th generation is the lead. Alright, the iPad mini is getting low. Oh, there it goes. Wow. It's off. Out of juice. So first one down at 4 hours and 2 minutes. Or 3 minutes. 3 and 37 seconds. So there. But yeah. A little over 4 hours. It's on there. So first iPad is draining. Our battery test, the iPad mini. Checking with the other iPads. The Air 5 is at 10%, so it's getting really close. And the Pro is at 9%, so they're battling to see who gets second. Meanwhile, the iPad is at 36%. Still at a great percentage compared to the others. Wow. It's doing very well. So, yeah, so far the iPad's killing it. And the other two are on their last leg, the 12.9-inch Pro and the iPad Air M1. So, even with the M1, they're not being as efficient as the A13, although they have plenty more power, multitasking better. That power drawback might be a benefit to the iPad because it's running this battery test by quite a decent margin. Well, stay tuned so we can see when the other two will last. Already over 4 hours and 20 minutes into this, 21 minutes to be exact. The iPad Pro 12.9 inches at 5% left. The Air 7% and the iPad at 30%. Wow. Still dominating the rest by quite a large amount. And the mini already finished at 4 hours and 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. So pretty impressive for the iPad. It's definitely dominating this one, and we'll see how much it lasts beyond the others. So the Pro doesn't have that much more time. It should be on here soon, so we'll see how much this 5% lasts. So everyone, we're at a little over 4.5 hours of this test, 4 hours and 31 minutes that is, and the iPad Air 5 is at 5% remaining. I'm getting the warning sign, low battery, 5% remaining here. So it's getting close. It's coming down between these two. The iPad still at 25%, so still doing great. The Pro at 2%, so that's almost goner. So it's coming down between that and the Air, and the iPad's still doing great here. So we'll see if the iPad can continue this run while we wait for the Pro to die here. Dun, dun, dun. There goes the iPad Pro. 4 minutes, 4 hours, 37 minutes. iPad Pro is down. Second one to go. iPad Air still holding in there at 4%. So the race is on. And the iPad is at 23 still. Wow. Whew. It's winning mightily. So let's see how long this 4% lasts. iPad Air is at 2% and the iPad at 15%. So move along here. The Air's still hanging on for a little bit. We'll see when that 2% runs out. 1% left on the Air and 14 on the iPad. And down to it. Here it goes. iPad Air down. the iPad on in the race at 14% right now. We'll see how much longer that lasts. 5 hours and 21 minutes into the testing, and the iPad is at 5%. So still got a little ways to go. Almost there though. It's lasting much longer than the rest of them, as the Air was only at 5 hours. So scanning on it by a decent amount so far. So yeah. All right, there it goes. The iPad is down at 5 hours and 25 minutes and 36 seconds. So there you have it. That's the last iPad in my test, and now it is completely dead. So to go over all the iPads, the Mini was the first one to go at 4 hours and 3 minutes and 37 seconds. The 12.9-inch iPad Pro was next at 4 hours, 37 minutes, and 34 seconds. So it lasted a whole 34 minutes longer than the Mini. Not bad, considering it has the most speakers to power, has the most advanced screen to power, being Mini LED versus all the others being LED screens, or LCD, excuse me, screens. So they don't use as much power. Plus, it being the only one that's 120 hertz. So it's pretty impressive for it, even though it does have the biggest battery as well. The next one was the iPad Air 5th generation with the M1 chip, which was at 5 hours and 11 seconds, 23 minutes faster or longer lasting than the iPad Pro 12.9-inch. So that's pretty good for its screen size, 10.9 inches. It only has dual speakers, so it uses less power there, but they're sounding better than the ones in the iPad, mainly because of placement, not really because they're better speakers or not. And then the iPad, which lasted 5 hours and 25 minutes, and 36 seconds, which is 25 minutes longer than the iPad Air, and a whole hour and 22 minutes longer than the Mini, the first one to go. So the iPad 9 just proved some of its value right there, being the lowest cost-wise of the iPads if you buy them brand new from Apple. And it's the longest lasting one out of all of them when you're multitasking. So again, on this test, I had 26 apps open in the background for each of the iPads. I had streaming services running on all the iPads, just repeating movies, playing on the iPads. Had the brightness set to full. I had the volume all the way up and just had them playing. And then I also did dual screen, but that didn't work on the iPad for some reason. I guess it was using too much of its RAM already, so I was able to do the slide over. So I switched it to slide over on all of them with a streaming app and FaceTime on the screen as well. So that probably helped or didn't help the battery last any longer having those both on the screen. But the iPad outlasted everything else by a significant margin. So it's another one that goes good for the iPad, besides the price and having a headphone jack, which is important to a lot of people, and also the fingerprint reader being the biggest out of all of them, and the most convenient for me, having larger hands, easier to reach than the other two models that have fingerprint reading. And of course the Pro models have Face ID, so they don't have that at all. But yeah, that's it, and I'm glad you stuck around for this video. It took a while to record this one. I skipped through ahead so you guys didn't have to be here that whole time. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video for YouTube algorithms. And y'all have a great rest of your day.